Hey YouTube, it's Elise acting out, and this is going to be kind of a different type of video. It's not an acting video, it's actually a story time I'm going to dedicate to my dog Buttercup. So like any other kid, I always wanted a dog, and my parents were basically like, you know, when we own our own house is when we can own our own dog. So we finally got a house. My parents finally bought a house, and they kept their promise that we could start looking for a dog. I was a different type of kid. I was probably the only kid I know that did not want a puppy at all. I was not for the house training. My mom and I went to the shelter a few times, and if you've ever been to the shelter, it is so depressing. Like, you go in and you just want to adopt every dog that you see. On one of those visits, we fell in love with this lab. I don't know if he was a lab mix or just a regular lab, but he was so cute that me and my mom, we named him Gus. Like, we hadn't even adopted him yet, and we'd already named him. He was so cute. And another family loved Gus too because he was already selected and up for adoption. Fast forward sometime later, it's my dad, my mom, and me, and we meet Buttercup. Of course, her name was not Buttercup at that time, but we met Buttercup, and my mom and I didn't really like her, because they sat us down in this bigger room and they brought her in, and she paid us no mind. My dad, he liked her. So we took her outside, of course, along with the shelter people who work there. We walked her outside. She like went to the bathroom and all that stuff. And after that, after her little walk, now that she was comfortable and she got some fresh air, she was like, all right, now I will give you my time. So long story short, we adopted her. So she was adopted on June 11th, 2003. And when we picked her up, this girl was so excited. She was like, you know, like panting and rolling, going around in circles. Her tail was going in circles. Like, her tail was going like 1,000,000 miles per hour, and it was slapping my leg. And I remember thinking that her tail was so strong because every time her tail slapped my leg, it hurt. So we take baby girl home and we give her a little tour of our backyard. Our backyard is pretty big and it's pretty, you know, woodsy, so which is perfect for a dog. And before we had picked her up, we had already gotten toys, a bed, all of that, and one of the toys was on the grounds. I will always remember this. It was a stuffed yellow llama from the dollar store with a squeaky in it. As soon as she saw that thing when we brought her inside, she ran to it, pounced on it, and she like ripped that thing all the way up, ripped the squeaky part up, and like, she loved those types of toys. And she was so specific with her toys. Like, she liked stuffed animal toys with a squeaky inside. And it couldn't be like a rubber toy. It couldn't be, you know, a ball. Although she did like tennis balls, it was like that specific type of toy was her favorite toy. So we always made sure she had like a supply of stuffed animal toys with a squeaky in it. Also, side note, before we like adopted her, or maybe this was a while after we adopted her, but we found out that her actual name was Nicole. Okay, I had just named her Buttercup as an ode to where she came from. Before she was given up for adoption, she lived on a street called Buttercup Lane. I didn't put a lot of thought into her name. It was just Buttercup. And that's who she was ever since. And when I say that Buttercup was like the most is the most hilarious dog ever. She is hilarious. Whether it's a walk, whether it's some food, whether it's to play, like whatever it is, she'll let you know that's what she needs from you, and you just need to be a good human and do it. And now let me show you the star of this episode. Hello. I know you're sleepy. She's like, why are you my face? Why? Why are you my face? Like seriously, one of the most amazing dogs ever. Like, I feel so blessed to even have her in my life. And that was Buttercup's story time on how, when, and why she got adopted. Also, I think it's important to adopt dogs out there. I know certain people want their specific breeds and will go to a breeder, but there are so many dogs, thousands of dogs that need a home already. But instead of looking at what dogs look like, figure out what breed actually is compatible with you or your family. I hope you guys have a great day or a great week or a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.